Why, hello there my friends, this is Admiral Revan speaking, and today we have a good video made for you. And this video is actually a very good one because we have been talking about the Schlieffen a fair bit. And the Schlieffen that has been used in the German tech tree is a 1010 German warship, a battleship to be specific. And it's obtainable in the tech tree as shown below. Now, as you can see, it's in par with the Kurfürst in terms of the tech tree line. Both of them are very good warships, but the Schlieffen is a hands down warship in clan battles all round. So, to all the people who are watching this video, I wish you all a Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, and also Happy Holidays for the lead up for 2022. 2021 has been a full-on year, but I hope that we will leave 2021 on a high note, that everything will be better for us in 2022. Let's just pray and hope and that is the case. So, the Schlieffen is a very good battleship all round, and I'm going to show you a 19-point commander build so that you understand how I built it for clan battles. So as you can see that I have Demolition Expert, Emergency Repair, and Preventive Maintenance. Short version about it is that it's very handy when you're actually going in close quarter combat or long range against other enemy battleships and cruisers. Not worried about the destroyers, but at least you have more extra repairs for yourself in the long term. The gun feeder, the grease the gears, is actually something that I considered as very important for the transfer speed for the guns, the main batteries, and that's very helpful. I was looking at this one here in the near future if I wanted to use that for in regarding to acquisition range of the torpedoes or torpedo protection when I get hit. It's not really recommended, but it is doable. If I were to spend the last 2 points on the commander, I'll probably be looking at the idea of using the penetration on side of things for the HE cells. Not worried about the main batteries, but more specifically focus on secondaries. As you can see that I have built this ship on a secondary build, so I have increased the range of the secondaries quite a fair bit, and 20% is a pretty decent size. Also, basic survivability is very handy. Also, emergency repair expert and also concealment expert is very handy all around. Fire prevention was something that I had been thinking about it, but unfortunately, in this case, I couldn't get another 4 points in this commander, so 19-point commander is pretty doable all around. Some people were saying to me that you should be using more battery firepower on the AP shells. To be honest, the damage that already produced on this battleship already as it is actually very handy all around. So it really comes down to how you're going to spend the last 2 points. Honestly, if I were going to spend the last 2 points, I'll probably be spending on either looking at the idea of the HE shells or possible idea of maybe vigilance. But then again, I could spend the last 1 point on the singular for the incoming fire and gun feeder, but to be fair, I would probably go with inertia fuse for HE shells. Now, people were asking me back and forth about how this ship is well equipped. So, basically, what I've done with it pretty much is that the main armaments and have it equipped on the ship is pretty standard. And then I looked at the idea of damage control system 1, which is very handy. I mean, I had tossed it up between engine room protection, but not really needed. It's nice to look at the idea of hydroacoustic search modification, but it wasn't really a necessity. Secondary battery is really where it's at. So I really wanted to increase the range on this thing, and I looked at the idea of possibly looking at transfer speed on the guns. Not really needed. Damage control system 2 is really handy. I didn't really think about using the other ones, because like honestly the ship is very maneuverable anyhow. Now when I look at the concealment idea, that was actually a great idea. Having extra concealment is actually pretty beneficial. And also auxiliary armaments modification 2. I had thought about increasing the gun range, but to be fair, I mean, like, you're going to be engaged in close range with the enemy in a way. So if you were to toss up between the two, you can test it with the gun modification 2. But the reason I went with auxiliary armaments modification 2 is because that it has continuous AA and secondary reload time is fantastic. And honestly, it's a good warship all around for what you're gonna do. So, generally speaking, the gun range is 19.8 kilometers, nearly 20 kilometers. For secondaries is around about 12.5, and it's actually pretty fantastic, mind you. So, this is actually a pretty damn decent warship all around. I don't know about you, but I like the idea. The torpedoes on this thing, 13.5 kilometers is pretty decent. The damage it does is pretty decent as well. The speed, on the other hand, 50 knots, it's a bit of like, out there. But the concealment side of things, it's not that really strong, but at the same time, it is actually fairly balanced and decent for a German battleship anyway. The one thing that I found that I had with this warship that was pretty beneficial was that how I equipped the signals on this thing. The signals on this warship is actually pretty decent, and I have mounted pretty much everything on the special economic and also some default ones I can use, but I just wanted to make sure that I have a pretty decent warship for reducing the amount of flooding fires, having ramming available, and also reduce the chance of magazine detonation, and a few other things that I thought is actually pretty handy all around. So while that is happening, we will start off this replay, which is a replay that was done in a battle called Haven, and honestly, you're gonna love it. I really think you will. So Haven is a very interesting map to play on, and honestly I've played it for a little while. I thought it was actually pretty decent all around, so just bear with me 1 second and then we'll show you in the long term for this thing. Alright. Alright, so here we go. The Schlieffen in action on Haven. Now this is a bit of a clan battle setup, so I just want to start off by saying a big thank you to the DSDF team for doing this, because this is actually a fantastic opportunity for us to show us in action how we do it. So the Schlieffen, for me, I mean, like when I first played it in clan battles, this is the first time I played it, and I was playing it on ranked, and I said to myself, in ranked it's actually pretty damn decent all round. So I thought, okay, I can see where this is going. So I can tell that I'm gonna like this ship. So we'll see how this pans out. Alright, so here we go. We're moving into position here. The team is split off into two good locations. So we decided to send like 3 of us towards Alpha, and then the rest of the fleet, which is 4 of us, going towards Charlie. Now Charlie usually is pushed hard by the enemy, depending who the enemy team is and how they do it. Usually people do a rush over and towards A and B, but depending on how they do it really comes down to their team makeup. So honestly, this is a pretty good makeup for both sides. So you got at least one radar ship on both sides. But here we go. So IPF is actually being detected far up north from the Marseille, our teammate of ours, and we got a Yamato, and we got a few ships coming up. So there's Yamato. I'm looking around frantically to see if there's anything I can get anything good range, but there's a Napoli. Fired shots on Napoli, and trying to get his attention. And I probably didn't get many hits on this guy. No, in fact I missed, but he beached himself. So that's a perfect opportunity for us to hit him hard. So the Napoli is beached himself. He's actually retreating, I can tell. So I'm just aiming at a blind spot. And notice that I slowed into I was like half speed. I was just taking my time, and woof, there's a good Citadel. I was slowing down just to make sure I can aim correctly on that Napoli, but it's all good. Good hit there. Nice to have a good Citadel. So our teammates have gotten both caps at the moment, A and C, at this stage, and we're just playing it cool and seeing what's going to happen next. Firing shots at the Kremlin. This is funny. They got the 2 big battleships on the north side, and oh look out, there's a Moskva. So I fired 1 rear shotguns on the rear. And that was actually a nice Citadel. That was a random fluke actually on my part there. But yeah. So far, I mean, like, you can see the positioning that we have. At least the Marseille is still detecting something not far up north, and we got the Stalingrad in position. Our Yoshino teammate hasn't made a move yet, and he's still there. Like, he's there, but he's not there in terms of moving. We were wondering, like, what's going on? What is he doing? But that's okay. I mean, like, we were just waiting for him anxiously. Alright, so... Alright, I slow down behind us on, and look, there's a destroyer. Yes, it's the enemy Marseille. So, my secondaries are pretty much, like, letting it rip at this guy. And, I'm just slowing down, behind on, and going like, yep, no worries. And, I'm trying to have a go at him with my main guns. But, with the ship, I mean, like, it's actually fantastic. You get to sit there, you go, yeah, do, pew, 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 pew. And then you just go like, right, what's going to happen next? But as I looked at the enemy team, what they're doing, they look like they're rushing through, so I'm going to full reverse. And basically, I'm just going to set myself right. And then we called out our teammate, the Yoshino, to come over. Because, like, if he can, help balance out with a bit of Torp Haven on this corner over here where I'm sitting, it will actually work out quite well. The good thing is that we have the Marseille player is actually, just hanging around north of our C cap, and basically he's just, playing it cool and taking it easy. And we just got rid of the Napoli, which is a pretty devastating blow to the enemy team. And now I decide, well, you know what? Time to go full speed and do full kiting maneuver. Because like I feel that, like my position's gonna be overwhelmed here in a sec. So basically I'm just like looking at it carefully. I'm like, yep, okay. I can see it happening. I'm aiming for the Yamato. Secondaries open on the DD. I had to get smashed with a Citadel hit. And I returned the fire on the Yamato. So here I am, firing Torps, kiting around the corner. I'm kiting around the corner, and the good thing is that you have two sets of Torps on both sides. So I got Secondaries open up, unleashing on both sides. Torps are going towards the Kremlin and also the Moskva. And we just missed the first batch of torpedoes, which is fantastic. For the Marseille. I'm still retreating, and this Kremlin is coming around the corner. And I decided to fire blind shots on the Kremlin. Yep. And firing again. And I'm deliberately kiting. Because I told the team that I'm getting hit pretty hard and I need to fall back. So, I'm falling back. And look at this Kremlin. He's right there coming around the corner. And here goes the first two Torps. Kapow! Nice hits right there. And I'm going down for a self and look at 3 more. Oh yeah. That guy doesn't know what to do. And there's also a Citadel hit as well. That's even better. But this is pretty impressive, gameplay. Like, I have to admit, like, we're all focusing on the Kremlin, getting to burn them down, and then the Kremlin's gone. Great job to the Marseille, which is good old cyber. Now, we're pulling back. We're pulling back. And I'm still, firing my guns, getting the enemy's attention. We got Secondaries focused on the other Marseille that's nearby, and he's still trying to get his attention. But yes, I mean, like, that is incredible. Watching the Secondaries ripping at these guys. And we're winning in points. And the team is actually, pushing hard over an A. And we're doing extremely well. I mean, like, we held the caps in place. This is a brilliant gameplay for playing the Schlieffen. The Schlieffen is made for clan battles. It really is. And, the rewards that you could get on this thing is unimaginable. I mean, like, it's like I've never seen myself really get so much XP and creds for it. But honestly, this warship is made it for what it's worth. But yeah, we're getting close to the main point here. But look at this Yamato, still broadside. I'm firing main guns and secondaries. I'm charging in at him. 3 overfans. But no torps ready. So I decided to aim for the waterline on a little bit ahead of the Yamato. So here we go. A little bit up. Just above the waterline. Firing shots. And smash. 3 citadels. So that, my friends, is an incredible outcome of that battle. So to give you enough idea, just before the match ended, it was over 173,000. And I don't know about you, but that was a great match overall, and definitely worthwhile checking out. But yeah, folks, I mean, like, if you're interested in learning how to play the Schlieffen, definitely let us know. And yeah, definitely let us know and get back to us. And we are here for you, the community. And if you want to learn more about it, please let us know, and I hope you enjoyed that video.